This is the CMS MIPS iPhone app. The app opens up and the user is presented with what looks like a bunch of guidebooks or handbooks. There's a handbook for physicians, a handbook for a radiologist, for an office manager. Now in each handbook, it's trying to make the user feel as if they're opening up some type of manual. And because it's an iPhone, the manual can contain video, it can contain PDF presentations, it can contain websites. And what we've tried to do is group the content into sort of like a playlist so that information that's already out there on the web is just nicely organized and easy to understand and easy to follow. So I have some suggested playlists or handbooks or whatever you want to call them down here, and I actually created one for a physician. So the app opens up to the table of contents in the physician's handbook. There's a welcome screen where they get an introduction, kind of gives an overview of the program and the purpose of the app and what the goal is. There's Macro 101, contains a whole bunch of links to educational content. There's the performance measures. There's a timeline that gives year-by-year information. Transition checklist that gives links and kind of tries to simplify what you should be doing now, kind of like the upshot or the bottom line. There's news and contact information. So starting with Macro 101, each of these links opens up to something that's on the web. So it could be a website, it could be a YouTube video, it could be a PDF presentation. At the very top, I have the QPP website. Anytime a link is opened here, they get an about page, so they kind of know what to expect, what they're going to be seeing, and just a brief summary of what it is. So they can view the presentation. If it's a website, it opens up full screen. And now this is still within the app, but to the user, they have full use of the screen. They're not limited in any way. So they can get content this way. They hit done. If they liked what they saw and they want to share it with someone else, the share button opens up any app that they might have. Now I'm running this on the simulator, so I don't have very many here, but if I had Facebook or Twitter or Messenger, I could share this link with other people and spread and share the information. Okay, here's an example of a PDF presentation. And the information can be zoomed in or out. Here's a video. And this is just linking to the Medical Learning Network on YouTube. Okay, and there's just a whole bunch of other content that gives information from very light overview to extremely technical listing measures and how scoring is calculated. So there's something for everybody here. Now, all this information is customizable. CMS can determine what goes into the playlists. Okay, performance measures. Try to take advantage of the iPhone native capabilities. So it's very easy to group the items, to group the measures into cross-cutting, outcome, or everything. For each category, I try to give little clues about what they're supposed to do, just to sort of simplify it. So they need one cross-cutting, one outcome, and then plus 4 more of everything else. If I'm a cardiologist or a dermatologist and I don't want to see the other measures that don't apply to me, I can simplify the list by filtering by my specialization. So if I'm a cardiologist, the list gets much smaller when it's filtered. For each item in the list, if I tap on it, I get a full description. So it's just a lot simpler and easier to follow when it's narrowed down for the person. Okay, advancing care information. It lists the items and tries to give clues as to what the person would have to do, what's absolutely required, and then what they can do to earn additional points. For clinical practice improvements, I'm actually opening up the QPP website because I think the information here is extremely well organized and easy to filter and follow. Plus it's updated, so it's just easy to contain within the app. For the timeline, the user is able to see at a glance what they have to do in each year and the milestones that are happening. So for 2017, they see the 3 different ways that they can report eligibility information. In 2019, they see the performance, how they're graded based on 2017 data. And again, this information is customizable and updatable. The checklist, it basically is the upshot or the bottom line. All right, so what do I have to do to implement MIPS? So 1, determine if you should participate as an individual or a group. 2, check EHR verification. So I tried to just put together, a list of what would be very useful for the person to say, what do I have to do now? Again, this is all customizable. This was just my best guess. If they tap on an item, it takes them right to where they have to go. So for instance, for this one, to see if your EHR vendor is certified, it takes them right to the Health IT website. Plan to conduct a security risk analysis is another good example. It takes them right to a page with information about how to conduct a security risk analysis for CMS. Okay. News is just where they can go to see a feed of blogs, so they're always current on what's going on, any changes that might happen, any updates. And then contacts is just a way for them, it's just several different ways for people to find support. The CMS website, the QPP website has information, and then TCPI. So the goal of the app was to organize the information that's already out there and present it in a way that's very meaningful and easy to follow and less intimidating. So hopefully it meets that goal, and it's been a pleasure working on the app. I hope you enjoy it.